Welcome back to Afternoon Live. We've all been taught that it's better to give than receive, and it turns out that theory may be backed up by science. Here to share why giving makes us all feel so good, we welcome back neuroscientist Dr. Nicole Tetreault. It is so nice to see you. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, Hannah.
Well, tell me about, we're actually biologically wired to be giving, and it kind of makes sense when you break it down.
Yeah, our biology, our DNA, the way we're wired, when we give, we actually get reward. So our brains light up. We get a great positive dopamine release, which is called the giver's high. And when we give to another, it biologically just feels good for us. And we're wired. The more we give, the more we want to give.
Well, and then what about cortisol? I feel like we talk about that so much and finding ways to lower stress. Can giving kind of counteract some of those stressful feelings?
So research has showed that basically when we give, we stop thinking about ourselves and worrying about ourselves, and we're getting into the mind frame where we see ourselves in others and we feel more connected. And when we give, we actually feel better. And it reduces the cortisol and inflammation in our body. So we literally are decreasing that negative rumination, that inflammation, and we're getting positive neurochemicals in replacing that.
And then that can translate to positive effects on our physical health too, right?
Absolutely. For example, they show that people who give more, that their heart rates decrease, their blood pressure decreases, you get better cardiovascular health. And they also show that when people are giving, that basically it expands that not just your heart space of warmth, but it actually fixes that, any issues you're having with heart disease.
That's incredible. So what about, does it depend if you're giving like a physical gift or maybe a gift of your time, like volunteering for an organization? Do those have similar effects?
So what they show is giving lights up your brain the same exact way. So even thinking about giving, so before you even give something, it doesn't matter the size of the amount of something you give or if you give your time. Even the thought of giving activates the same pathways.
That is so cool. So maybe you're planning on doing something generous with friends or family this holiday season. Even the act of putting that together, that can boost things and then maybe move you in even more positive direction, and you just want to give more and more.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter on the value. So that's what's really important too. Kind of like exactly what you're saying. Giving your time, giving an actual gift, giving actually when you give somebody a smile or a simple call to check in on somebody, that type of giving has the same exact effects. So giving, it doesn't have to be a physical gift, have to be a high value priced item either.
That is so cool. Okay, and then what about the human connection part of it? What part of our brain is activated and making those bonds with other people?
So, our social emotional bonds are based on neurotransmitters, but also different brain regions in our frontal cortex. And so, when we give, we actually release a neurotransmitter called oxytocin. And this oxytocin is really important for our bonding with people. It allows for deeper social emotional connections. But that oxytocin builds trust, and we begin to see ourselves in others, and we don't feel so alone. And so we begin to kind of experience others within ourselves and we're not so separate. So it really is a good cure for people who are struggling with isolation during this time. So even like you said, going out and doing a volunteer act, that act of giving and being within community is really supportive for our brain and body health.
Yeah, do you have any tips for parents who want to instill this in their kids? My kids are at that age where I'm trying to work on donations and how can we use our time? How can we get that message through to them so that their brains understand it too?
So the important thing with children is things that they're interested in, right? When we force them to do our same type of things, maybe we want to be giving to, our local church or our local community center, and kids may want to give to animals. They may want to do something that's in relation to the planet. They may see another child. I've heard of children, for example, starting organizations when they see that and recognize there might be children who are unhoused. And so, really, with children, you have to find out what type of giving they want to do and then encourage them with different outlets where they're able to give in the ways that light up their brain. And that could be as simple as, giving cards to their friends.
That's such a great way to frame it. And oftentimes, I mean, like you said, they have to be kind of driving the operation. But if you can put some guardrails around it and help them with a few things along the way, they'll be much more motivated if it was their idea in the first place.
Yeah, and also the important thing too, though, it's good to have traditions. So
Mm.
when you start that tradition, it becomes a routine pattern in their brain where they recognize that not just during the holidays is a time to give, but throughout the year. And it could be even something that you bring up where it's monthly, that you have a different activity or a different cultural center or whatever that you want to give a donation to, and you make it a monthly, family connection on top of having the child choose an organization that they want to support to give to.
That's such a great idea. What a great place to start this holiday season, too. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's always so nice to see you.
So great to see you. I wish you the happiest holidays.
Oh, you as well. Okay, we will have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.